How can I tap into my inner knowing, my gut instinct, my intuition? Doesn't matter what you call it. I get that question all the time. My name is Martha Arnett, and I am a psychotherapist and a transformational life coach and an intuitive. And I love to talk about this topic and help people connect with their inner knowing. Let me give you 4 really clear steps about how you can do this. 1, think back to events that happened, experiences you had in your life, that you did not listen to your intuition. Usually, many of us have many examples where we're like, right in this moment, I had a red flag, I had a thought, I had something that went off inside of me that I knew was my gut knowing, my inner knowing, my intuition saying, do this thing. And we often override it. Our intellect, our brain, our what we think we want overrides our intuitive knowing. So we don't listen sometimes. So the first step is think back. It's really powerful if you can write it down. Write down, or if you don't want to write it down, think back to different experiences that you had you listened to that moment, to that, or multiple moments. If it's a long-term relationship that you know you should have gotten out of, or that you feel you would have benefited had you gotten out of it earlier. When was the moment? When did you get that? And where was it in you? So that's the second thing. Listen to the physical signs. So when I say where was it, intuition isn't a thought process. And I go like this because the left half of the brain, my left side, is the intellectual processing. Intuition, gut knowing, our natural knowing, our instincts come in through the body in a physical sensation. So often I will say to people, when you ask yourself that question, do you feel a lightening, an openness, something that feels like a yes, a positive? I always just say, yeah, like a yes. Or does it feel heavy? Does it feel weighted? Does it feel constrictive? Does it feel tight? I would say then you begin to understand that might be a no for you. So it comes in through the body. The most important thing about learning to connect with your inner knowing is getting quiet. And often people will use meditation. There's some crows flying overhead. Often people will use meditation to get quiet. It's formal. You can set a timer. You sit quietly. And we know they call it a meditation practice for a reason. We know practice strengthens our connection. So getting quiet. Some people may have a meditative time while they're walking or they're doing dishes, things like that. Or it can be a formalized space of time when you're not doing anything, you're sitting quietly with yourself, eyes closed if possible, going inward and learning to listen. And then I would say the 4th really, really important thing is to ask for guidance for whatever it is that you work with. It could be nature, could be the universe, it could be God or goddess, or whatever it is that you offer up your question to. It could be your higher self. Doesn't really matter. So that would be the way to practice. Offer up your question and then do your listening practice. Then see what it comes in through in your body. How does it feel in your body? So you can begin to identify your yeses and your nos, or listen. Sometimes it comes in the form of just an actual answer. So we all have the ability, everybody has the ability to connect with their intuition. It's looking back and identifying those times that you didn't will inform you that you actually do have intuition and that you do know how to listen to it. Sometimes we choose to and sometimes we choose not to follow it. It would be getting quiet. It would be learning how your body feels physically to the answers, to the yeses and the nos. And it would be asking for guidance, putting the questions out there and then learning to listen, creating space. Oh, I hope that helps you. Really strengthening your intuition and your connection to your intuition is the biggest gift and super, super important in business, in relationships, in life in general, in answering big questions for yourself. So I offer this up to you. I hope it's helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you next time, sending you loads of love and support.